All right, I wonder if this is working. All right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. What's going on? Total surprise. I'm not going to make this a long one, but hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Here at Lift Dark Studios. I'm here in my office, and I got a new streaming box. Yay! I learned so much cool information. Riley, yes, first. What's up, man? Dude, you would appreciate this. I am currently streaming and using a lav microphone to capture audio. And it's hooked to the camera like it normally is in the audio input, and it's actually sending an audio signal through the HDMI cable into my streaming box and then into the computer through OBS Studio. I couldn't do that with my last streaming box. It's so sick. So now I can be completely mobile. I don't have to have a podcast microphone in my face, even though that's all the rage. Heck yeah, man. For those that are curious, if I say those like there's more people than Riley watching, I got the EVGA XR1 streaming box. This guy. It's cool, man. It was like not much. It was like 170 bucks, and 4K pass through, 1080p, 60 frames. So you're seeing what it looks like after YouTube compresses it even more. But no, EVGA makes like gaming, like computer hardware, like graphics cards and cases and power supplies and CPU coolers and stuff. And now this is their first foray into streaming. And it's OBS certified, the first officially certified streaming box by OBS Studios, which is what I use to stream. So, yeah. It's sweet. So I actually learned since last stream, so last time I went live, I was doing some aluminum welding on a Subaru, which is now done. And check out Lift Dark Studios on Instagram and Facebook to see pictures of that. Turned out really nice. We did it, man. Riley, we did it, 100%. Get back to work also. You know, coming from a guy who watches YouTube at work all the time. But yeah, no, so last time I was streaming live, I was welding, and I had my laptop and the streaming box and everything on the table, the same table that I was welding on and grounding to with the ground clamp from the welder. And every time I would strike an arc on the metal, the stream would die. And I didn't notice it the first time. Walker had to come out of the office and tell me. And I was so confused because I've been welding for 15 years and I've never had any issues with like electronics being on the table that I'm also welding on. And turns out there could be one of two problems. The first problem could have been that it was such a bad ground, like the clamp was clamped to the table from the welder, and then the electricity had to go through the table, through the vise, then into the vise grips, and then into the actual pipe that I was welding. So it was a really high resistance connection, which explains why I got shocked when I put my bare skin up against the edge of the table, because I was a better path to ground than the actual ground clamp. So that's super bad. So I fixed that. I started running the ground clamp directly to the material. And then the other thing that can happen, apparently, is if you have two cables, like the positive cable on a welder and the negative ground cable on they're not always positive and negative like that, but the two big cables carrying all the electricity for your welder. If they are spaced apart, in between the cables, there is sort of like a flux or like a electromagnetic field, and it can disrupt sensitive electronics. So what I'll shout the guy out, actually. He commented on the stream and actually bothered to send me an email explaining everything that's going on. So one thing that I'm going to try next time as well is to have the ground cable and the positive cable out of my welder next to each other. And sometimes you can even sort of twist them together for a little length of time. And that gets rid of any sort of, or lessens the electromagnetic field or noise, whatever. I don't even know if it's electromagnetism, but called a loop current or something. So yeah, it seems to be that everything's working now, and now I don't have to use a microphone. I actually have a lav mic in my shirt, so I can be mobile. So looking forward to, hi Lori. Looking forward to going live again. Let me know what you guys would like to see like a demonstration on, or if you have questions or like a how-to, because lives are just such a great way to engage with people in real time, and you know, minimal editing required. Well, no editing required. And it's fun. It's like a conversation a bit. It's largely one-sided, but it is still kind of like a conversation. So yeah, aluminum welding, tips and tricks. We'll be doing some live broadcasts, I'm sure, with the plasma cutter, showing you guys how all that works. But yeah, Riley, you are engaged, highly engaged. Clearly, you're winning the comment game by far. Oh, I saw Will the other day at Black Dog. It's good to see him. We still want to do that video series about start a Twitch channel, COD and welding in each hand. Yeah, I'd have to learn how to play Call of Duty one-handed. Man, the streaming game is a flooded market these days. I don't know how streamers, I don't know how you could start streaming video games right now, because there's like so many people doing it. And the big guys are big, you know, and they're getting lots of endorsements and sponsorships and actually making money, but there's a whole like middle ground of streamers that, I don't know, how it takes so much time. Clearly, it takes so much effort and energy and equipment and setup time to do a good live stream. Like, I'm streaming through an actual mirrorless camera into a streaming box, into some software, onto my laptop, then to YouTube, and I'm mic'd up with like an actual microphone. Because like, if it's terrible quality, no one's gonna watch it. But also, there's so many streamers. There's a chance that no one's gonna watch it anyway. Dude, the internet is such like a soul-sucking environment. I feel like at this point, this is just a podcast. But yeah, that's true. No one's streaming and welding at the same time. That's cool. I haven't done any market research on that, but I've never come across the whole digital media platform and like welding and metalworking. There's not a whole lot of overlap. Like, there's very few podcasts even that are like craftsman or maker related. None that I've found. There's the Arc Junkies podcast, and they're a bunch of welders that have a podcast together, but it's not like, they're all like career professional industrial welders. So I would imagine that if you watch that podcast and you know nothing about welding, you're probably gonna get lost pretty quickly. I've been welding a while, but the fun part for me is to make it relatable. Like, I love teaching people how to weld. People ask me all the time. And it's cool to see new people go through the same, like the gears start to turn and, you know, have them like, have those eureka moments when they see how certain things work and all that. AWDJR, I streamed me stick welding a few months ago. Heck yeah, man. I'm gonna go check that out. I don't do much stick welding, and it can be crude, but there are people that can make stick welding look good. I taught welding for 7 years. Heck yeah, man. Teach more people how to weld. I think that's the whole, like, ever since I started working on this project, like, go back to the very first video we did on this channel, the Craftsman Mindset. That's sort of my whole like mission statement with this business, and more so the channel, is expose what I do and what so many other people do in this world to new people that haven't seen it. Like, because there's no shop class in high schools anymore or middle schools. You're told to go to college and get just a degree, whatever degree, just slog through the college process. And then when you get out of college, you're in an insane amount of debt, and nobody wants to hire you for having a business degree. You know, I mean, that's not true. There's not nobody that won't hire you, but you can make yourself so much more desirable if you learn like some skills, you know. And forever we have like villainized almost, that's not the right word, but we've downplayed the trades. Like the stereotype in this country is that all plumbers are fat guys with their butt cracks hanging out, you know, toothless, whatever. But the reality is that plumber's making $80,000 to $100,000 a year, and he owns his own business. He works for himself. Hello, is that not the dream? Yeah, you're gonna get poop on yourself sometimes, but it's better than working in an office job, making minimum wage and not being able to afford your apartment. Like, in my mind anyway, I don't know, some people just can't do it. But for that example, there's 20 more, you know? So yeah, there's your tangent. There's your Wednesday tangent. So yes, I would love to engage with new audience members and people that are curious about welding and whatnot. And Riley said you get poop on yourself in video production as well. That's true. Yeah, you got to take the camera to some gnarly places sometimes. I've had a pretty clean sheet as far as getting poop on myself. Can't remember the last time I was in a position where I got poop on myself. Maybe dog poop, stepped in it. Human, that's a whole other thing. I hope this is where you were hoping this was going. But anyway, if you're watching this now or later, if it's live now or you're watching it later, throw a comment down below and let me know what you'd like to see me stream from the shop. TIG welding, MIG welding, how to set up a welder, fabrication basics, how to cut metal, how to measure, use a square, like basic stuff. This is fun for me to fill time in between big projects that I have going on. And every time I've done this now in the shop, I learn something. People comment and they tell me what they want to hear and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty bizarre, by the way. If you've ever streamed live on YouTube, you see like how many people are watching. And right now it says no one's watching. So on that note, I will end it. More streams are coming to the channel. Stay tuned. Happy Wednesday. Bye, everybody. Stay safe.